Good afternoon, everybody. Hope everyone's doing fantastic. I am going to go through a little bit of a different protocol than I've gone through in a while. It is a little bit more degen in my opinion. I will go through some pros and cons and be as transparent as I can about everything, both the goods and the bads. It is a sponsored video. Just to let you know right now, I will probably do some giveaways using some of these funds over time, and do appreciate you hopefully having a look and seeing, because basically my community, I did go to them before actually accepting the video, just kind of asking them what their thoughts were, because we're kind of getting away from a lot of this degen stuff, but a few of them were in it and wanted a little bit more of an honest opinion, because a lot of the videos, I guess, are somewhat shilling-ish, and some people also that weren't in it wanted the same kind of thing. They wanted a little more objective view of what's going on here, the risks that are involved, and that kind of stuff. So I did, before accepting the video, did tell them, the MERV people, that I was going to be transparent and honest about my video, and they seemed okay with that. So we're going to go through some different things here, and let you know. Before we get right into it, please do hit that like and subscribe. As always, I do appreciate all the support. The channel is growing so nicely, and it's all thanks to you guys. So I can't thank you enough. And there is a Telegram link in there. I will change over, or at least get a Discord soon. That actually is possibly really soon, in the next couple of weeks. Finally, I know I've said that a lot. But for now, come on by the Telegram. We go through some different things, sometimes some alpha, sometimes obviously just discussing protocols, getting ideas of what you guys want to see from me. I do appreciate that ability to kind of talk, because DMs get a little bit crazy. So it's kind of nice when you come in there and we have some more open conversations with a group, where you can feel safe, no fudding, no anything. It's just any question's a good question. All right, on with the show. So I did bring up the GitHub kind of white paper for it, and we will look at the website. I actually am re-recording this. I was not going to get in. I am going to limp in right now. I'm going to put in the bare minimum, so $100 in BU and BSC and $100 in the ETH network one. That allows me to open up referrals. I don't care about those, but if I do get them, I'm not going to put a link in the video. You will require to go to my Discord to get it this time. Depending on the protocol, I might flip-flop between this practice. But if you do want to get in there or are curious about it, do come in there so we can have a good chat. And then, like I said, the referral link will be there if you choose to use it. The funds that I get from the referrals, which is a little fun, it's actually set up fairly well in this. It's actually based, I believe, on withdrawals that you make. But those referral dollars I will use towards giveaways. I'm not here to make money off referral dollars. I want to use them to give back and to do other things with them as I can. I'm still undecided how I'll work that, depending on how things go. I just don't. I'm growing and hustling a really decent income in this space, and through ways that I feel comfortable earning an income in the space, whether it's modding, community managing, helping protocols in different ways. But the income I earn from referrals, I feel like that's something I want to give back. We'll see how that evolves and what I do with that. But anyways, that's just me. Sometimes I change things and whatever, but I'll always be transparent on what I'm doing. So a couple of key features about this one. It's 1% to 2% a day. It kind of varies. It seems like they try and keep around the 1.5% part, but it does depend on the performance of the bots. And there are some neat transparency things here, and obviously there's some things that are hidden behind curtains, which I do expect from these kind of protocols, but I do wish there was maybe a little bit more. But that's going to happen sometimes in here. It is on two networks, Binance and Ethereum. They will accept BNB and ETH, obviously from their native chains, USDT from both, USDC from both, BUSD from BSC, and DAI from both. No deposit fee or withdrawal fee, which is great. There is some bonus referral system built in. It looks like it's about 5 levels. Profits from the user. But you only get paid, and this is the neat part, you only get paid from the profits and when users make withdrawals. So you're not getting paid from the money going in, which I think is detrimental to most protocols and why they don't succeed with the referral system. So a little deep for my liking, like the 5-level thing, but I will see if we see it. I'm not sure how deep that goes in the spread of that, but refunds are a little funny, and we'll go through that in the white paper that we'll quickly go through. We're not going to go through crazy through it. And they do claim not to be a Ponzi or an ROI DApp. It's an open, transparent bot trading protocol platform. We don't need you. They say they don't need new users for rewards for the old users. And some of the stuff they do show makes me feel that is possible. But at the same token, like I said, there's always risks and possible things. So let's go through here. So basically, as you can see, Mev's Army is a network of bots. This is going to show some of their trading and whatnot, and we'll go through a little bit more detail as we go. So maximum value, what was the thing? I saw it somewhere here. Sorry, it's probably in the introduction. Maximum extractable value. So it's using different types of bots, and actually I'll just go straight here. So sandwich bots, which basically try and basically trap somebody in a trade. So they'll buy in to bump the price up, then that person will buy in to bump the price higher, and then the sandwich will sell it. I'd like to take a closer look at how they do that and whether they're really, because the problem with this is that does affect a user. There's a loser in this case. Unlike some of the other bots that they have where it's a little bit more less effective of someone else. So that's the one thing that I kind of guess I morally struggle with when it comes to getting into a protocol like this, because I've been hit by a sandwich bot and I didn't like it. It didn't feel good. I lost some money. Now, it's not always tons and tons of money, but depending on what you're doing, it can be. So, sorry, itchy nose today. So that's one thing. Then there's liquidity bots. So there's some examples in here of what a liquidity bot is. But in essence, they're just taking advantage of the spreads that happen when you buy in and buy out. Arbitrage, basically taking or taking a token and arbitraging it for maybe a different exchange, or two tokens kind of going back and forth that are that will create a spread to give a return. And then sniper bots, which are another ones that automatically. So the big thing with this is actually going in and manipulating what's inside a block, because until the block gets closed, those transactions haven't happened. So it's taking advantage of the information that's in those blocks to quickly buy and sell tokens to effectively create profit from what's happening in that block. So they'll use higher gas fees to kind of front run them and that kind of stuff. So it's a neat technique. We all do it when we're maybe going in for, like during the bull run, we might do it when we're going in for a token sale. We'll put our gas really high so that we can get a lower price than the other guy, and try and get the best token price on a launch. A little harder nowadays because we're in a bear market. There's not as much value to doing that, but there's some things obviously they've done and figured out. So this might look a little busy, but the idea is you put either of those two in, and then you can get user rewards, and then you're putting it in either in BSC or ETH. Then it gets funneled into contract managers, or fund manager contracts, I guess, and then it gets sent out into these individual bots, which then print some profits. So pretty straightforward, although that looked a little messy at first. It's there. And the big thing with this one is they don't keep money on the contract. So 90% of it's put into the contract, into the bots. So keep in mind, and that's common for these kind of protocols. So when you put the money in, it usually gets ejected out right away into the bots where you don't see the money. So the contract will develop an up and down motion, but then profits are brought in once a day, every 24 hours to fill the contract up. So there is a time where you could be trying to pull money out, and there's not enough in there if a bunch of people have pulled out. So just keep that in mind, that you just have to wait, and then money will get injected in later that you can pull out. So that can be scary. So I just want to make sure that's very, very transparent for you guys, that if you're getting into this one, there are a few nuances, including the refund policy, that you really need to understand before getting into this one to keep yourself safe. So first big thing is that the money flows. So you want to make sure that with the way this all works is the funds don't get injected in there until the profits are received from the bots. So this is where that kind of occurs, and why you want to be aware of that. So now into the refund. So this is a good point. So they're both back to back for you in the video. So this is the other big thing that you need to be aware of. So refund capital share. We've implemented an exciting refund system where you get your initial investment minus withdrawals. So in essence, if you withdraw within after 15 days, so you can't withdraw before, after 15 days, you're basically getting, I guess it actually shows it right here, 99.9% of your refund, because it's basically making you whole. And to be honest with you, the good thing about this is it does encourage educating or forcing you to do proper investing style. It's very hard in DeFi. We don't do enough of this. Fear and panic cause us to do things that we shouldn't do, and affects protocols really negatively sometimes, even if they don't deserve that negative treatment, to be honest with you. So this one forces kind of a habit that should be ingrained in all of us, but we don't have yet. And what that means is you should be investing in a protocol, let's say with a lump sum. or dollar cost averaging in. And then you want to ROI that amount, but not pull all your stuff out, because then you can't keep earning. But the problem is we get scared and we panic and we pull it out. So this one kind of forces us not to do that. Again, I get it. It's hard right now in some of the way with the way the rugs have happened, but it's just a little nugget of information there. So if you get into this one, you get out after 15 days, but prior to 6 months. So another thing to keep in mind with this protocol, this is money you do not want to need short term. And again, this is how we should be playing most of our protocols. But unfortunately, again, because of things we don't. Sorry, babbling here. So with this, after 15 days, you can pull it out, but you're really only getting your initial back. Unless you pull out after 6 months, then you're getting your profits. Now, what that means and why that's not as scary as it sounds is if you've ROI'd in 30 days, you're playing with house money. You don't need to worry about pulling your initial out anymore, because you've got your initial out already. Now you can start earning, and as long as this protocol lasts and continues on and carries on in a profitable way, you are going to keep earning money. The issue is these guys are not KYC'd or docs, so we don't know what they're going to do and what their plans are, but the things that they are being transparent on are good. So, sorry, but kind of went in there a lot for a little while, but I just want to make sure that was clear. I took a quick peek at these. Most of them are common sense things, but if you did want to be sure, do go through the facts and get yourself familiar with the protocol before you get in. And then there is a roadmap, some neat things. But like I said, any of this stuff I really take as a grain of salt. If it happens, it happens. We will see. So don't plan on these things, but if you do enjoy the protocol, maybe get excited about them. So we'll go through the dashboard in a minute. Basically, here's your performance. These are the leaderboards of all the bots that have been out there. Obviously, some few odds and ends up here in the menu bar. These are the trades that are happening. And then the last transactions, the last bot's profits and the last bunch of transactions. And there's a little thing that goes in here with a backlog. So share, this is how you get into the protocol, and we'll show you on the dashboard. So you'll enable your tokens and then get them in. In order to earn referrals from both ETH depositors and BSC depositors, you do need to be in both contracts. So as I said, for now, I'm going to put 100 in both just to test it out and have some fun. I can be your guinea pig, or if you choose to come along for the ride, then great, that's up to you. But please, this is not financial advice. You do you, and make sure you do your own research. There is a Discord, there is a Telegram, I believe, so you're welcome to join those as well. Asking questions, I'm sure, is great. Obviously, like anything, be careful and don't just come in saying, show me everything. It's just not going to happen. I've showed you what they're going to show you, and that's it. And then there's some calculations or charts here, which are always great to see how you're doing and help you track yourself. And staff, at first I was like, oh, hey, we actually get to see the people. No, we don't. This is if you are doing a team or however you want to call it, a referral system. So you'll see the 5 levels there, how you've been earning. So I will show you guys this as it goes along. And as I said, I will pull funds out to do giveaways if I even grow a team. I don't care if it happens, whatever. So this just shows how that's all broken down. And then there's the site and the app. So the site, I'm presuming, has just some generalized stuff. Yeah, so we're just looking at the roadmaps, all the stuff we went through, a little video, partners, chains, nothing crazy. I'm not going to go through too much of that. And here's the site. So as I said, performance, bot leaderboards, last bot's profits, so the next few. And then you can see here individual transactions and what block they were part of, and their return on investment. So I can see the neat thing here is you get some pretty darn large returns for being in for such a quick period of time. So there's lots of things that can kind of happen very positively in this and how they earn money. And I'm presuming they earn more than they say, and there's some fees taken off on the back end. That's all kind of normal. And then the share page is where you're going to get in. So we'll choose whatever we want to choose. And I'm assuming there's a spot to choose whether you're ETH or not. I won't do a deposit on here. Oh, here we go. So you can choose right here which chain you want to be on. And so as you can see, you can choose just your 3 tokens on ETH, or you can go to BSC. So I won't bore you with going through this because I think you guys can all figure this out, and then you'll choose your tokens here. So as I said, if you want referrals for whoever, you may want referrals, whatever, you'll choose which one you want, but you do have to have it in both if one of your referrers put into the one or the other. And then you'll see how your performance works here. I presume there's some value to possibly getting into all of them. I don't know how that all works. I'll take a little closer look and possibly, if this becomes value for people, if people want to see more content, then we'll maybe look at doing something again to follow up on it. And here again is that referral system. So I think we've kind of gone through. There's a couple of notes they had. They were actually quite cool about the marketing. They had a pretty structured system, which is kind of neat. And they did go through. We went through already the once a day withdrawals that they do in order. So if the contract's kind of drained a bit and you want to get some funds out, they'll re-put money in there later. The daily profits, like I said, keep around between 1% and 2%, but they usually hover around the 1.5. Sorry, one thing we didn't do that I think is worth taking a look at is you can actually go into, like if you go into these profits, so we can see this one here, you can actually go into the transactions. So that's the leaderboard, and you can actually click on these transactions, and then here, same thing. So we can go into, this one was a nice profitable one. Oh, let's look at this one. Okay, that was a sandwich. Damn it. See, I don't like the sandwich ones. So as you can see, these show all the sandwich transactions basically that they've done. And there's one from 6 minutes ago. Here's your transaction and the tokens that went in and out kind of thing and stuff. So the fact that they show the blockchain obviously is a positive. It would be obviously great if the team was doxed or KYC'd. The thing that you have to keep in mind with some of that and why some of them don't do that is we're in DeFi. You guys have seen some of the SEC FUD and all that kind of stuff going around. People do have to keep some anonymity in this place, and that's sort of what crypto is about. But that said, we've obviously been burned by too much anonymity, and that's what makes it tough as well. So they are showing trades, they are showing stuff, so there's definitely some value to that, but I'd still recommend being cautious with this. Definitely only playing with risk capital. Sorry, bouncing around there. And as I said, I'm only going to put $200 in right now. I want to see what it does, how it works. I want to do a little bit more of a deep dive, and it's really hard to deep dive things without getting into them, and then go from there. So I hope you found some value in this conversation. Hopefully there's some value in this video. If you like that I'm doing videos like this that are a little bit more degen-y, please let me know. If you don't like that I'm doing videos like this that are a little degen-y, let me know. It's not necessarily going to all sway my decision. I'm still my own person and I will make my own decisions, but I do appreciate your guys' feedback and I will take it to heart. And especially the best place to come and get me is, like I said, through the Telegram for now, and then possibly or later the Discord. Again, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe on your way out if you didn't already. The bell notification is always great if you want to keep getting this information as it comes out alive. And look forward to seeing you guys in the next video, which should be my 1K wallet challenge that I'm doing. We'll go back to that, and maybe this one will be a candidate for it later on. I don't know. We'll take a look at what options are available as I build that next 250 to get my next leg of my challenge. So thanks again so much for all your time and for hanging out with me, and we will see you next time.